Alright, we've got Yugi and Weevil first up for the start of round 2. First match. Let's set up as I once again have misplaced my drink. I will get that during the next, in between round 1 and round 2. Alright, as we set up, let's pull up the point bracket as well. Just before we get to start here. And have a quick review at who lost last round and who won. Alright, Yugi lost in the last round, and Weevil did too, so one of these will have to win for the first time. Weevil lost to the Paradox Brothers, and Yugi lost to Kaiba. Okay, here we go. We're looking at Weevil's perspective to start off, and he's drawn Flying Kamakiri 1, Fissure, Hercules Beetle, 7 Tools of the Bandit, and a Giant Flea. Yugi is gone first. He's played a face down in defense. Alright, Flying Kamakiri 1 is a good card for Weevil to get, although he hasn't got many wind monsters in his deck, but even so, if Weevil can get Hercules Beetle to the field, that'll be a 2000 defense, a 1500 attack, but the 2000 defense is also quite handy to have. Yugi has played face up Horn Imp, 1300 attack. That will be able to defeat Flying Kamakiri 1, and Yugi has taken the risk and gone with the attack. Flying Kamakiri 1 is destroyed. He will be able to activate its effect. He can get Flying Kamakiri number 2, which is a 1500 attack, which will be able to defeat the Horn Imp. Yugi still in thought process. Main phase 2, he decides to play one more face down spell or trap. Alright, Weevil draws a remove trap. He's got the Giant Flea in his hand as well. He does also have Hercules Beetle, but he's deciding to hold that. Alright, 2 1500 attacks. The Horn Imp will be destroyed unless Yugi has played something to protect himself, and he has played Magical Hats. Okay, the way this works is, well, 7 Tools of the Bandit is going to come into play. Weevil's probably going to get rid of Spike Snail, I would assume. Oh, no, that's Magic Jammer. 7 Tools, you pay 1000 life points. So what Magical Hats would have done was put Horn Imp in face down defense, and Yugi would have drawn 2 spell cards from his deck, and they would have been randomized and placed face down on the field. Alright, Yugi's other face down was Griffor with 1500 defense, so that's classed as a stalemate. Both monsters remain on the field with no life points exchanged, and Yugi has just ended his turn straight away, so he's obviously not too worried. Now, Weevil does have Fissure, but do you want to use that on a Griffor? Is the next question. It looks like he's thinking about it, but Fissure is a very powerful card and you don't really want to squander it. Alright, here we go. Griffor has been attributed, and another face down defense. Okay, so it's not a Summoned Skull or a Curse of Dragon. If it's attributed face down defense, I would say that is probably Catapult Turtle. Weevil elects to tribute Spike Snail, and he has decided to put down that Hercules Beetle. That's another 1500 attack. And Weevil has elected not to attack, probably assuming that face down is something of strength. Alright, Yugi has drawn Swords of Revealing Light, but that won't help him. Weevil does have Dispel. Yugi looking to play another face down defense. He might be looking for a 7-star monster to come down. It could be a Gaia or a Dark Magician. Alright, Dispel is played and knocks out Swords of Revealing Light. Weevil has drawn Killer Needle as well. Do you go for 4 monsters on the field, or do you just stick with the 3? Alright, Weevil attacks the card that was face down from last turn. That was Mammoth Graveyard, and decides to attack now anyway, and yeah, there you go, it was a Catapult Turtle. Well, with Catapult Turtle face up, Weevil does still have that Fissure. And he does have 4,500 points of attack worth on the field between his 3 monsters. Alright, we see a monster reborn, but what does Yugi bring back here? Flying Kamakiri 1, I will assume that he's going to use that as tribute bait. And he is Flying Kamakiri 1 and Catapult Turtle are both tribute for Gaia the Fierce Knight, 2300, 2100. Classic Yugi card. And I will admit at one point was my favourite monster in the game, Gaia the Fierce Knight. Now Weevil does have a fissure, so he will be able to get rid of Gaia instantly. Unbeknown to Yugi, but he is about to lose 4,200 life points. Alright, fissure is played, Gaia is destroyed, and it looks like Weevil might have this match. Yugi's only got 2 cards in his hand. He doesn't have a Swords of Revealing Light anymore. And he has lost all of his monsters. Alright, Yugi is down to 3,600 points. Weevil's still at 5,700 after that attack. So Weevil has taken the advantage now. He's looking good. He does also have a Dark Hole in his hand. So if anything does go wrong, he does still have that as a backup. Alright, there's Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress, number 1. That'll be able to take out Killer Needle. But Weevil still in the advantage here. He does have Giant Scorpion of the Tundra in his hand as well. Which is only, what is that, 1100? Yeah, alright, there's Wing Cleaver. Giant Scorpion of the Tundra is played. So Yugi is, again, he's going to lose a lot of points here. He's going to lose 100, 15, which is 2,700 all up is what he's going to lose from these attacks. And unless he has some sort of trump card to play, he will be done. He's down to 900 points. Weevil's still sitting comfortably at 5,500. Turn change back to Yugi. This is his last chance for a draw. And he has gone straight to his end phase. So he may have high level monsters in his hand, or just magic and traps that he can't play. And Yugi is beaten. Yugi has been defeated in the first duel. He'll have to win 2 games in a row if he wants to pick up his first season point. Either one of these duelists, they can't afford to lose this match and go 0-2 at the start of the season. It will be really hard to come back from that. Alright, I'm gonna grab my drink. I have not missed anything. Alright, Yugi has drawn his first hand. We're looking at his perspective now. Swords of Revealing Light, that's a good card to draw on your first turn. He has also got Griffor again. Horn of Heaven and the Eye of Truth as well. Horn of Heaven kind of acts like a trap hole. But you have to tribute one of your monsters to get it to work as well. Not a bad card. And Yugi does decide to play that face down as well. He has got the Eye of Truth, which isn't a fantastic card. You can see your opponent's hand, but they gain 1,000 life points each turn, which is quite costly. You don't want to be giving your opponent 1,000 life points in this generation of Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, Weevil has tributed Ganigumo for Hunter Spider, and Yugi has activated Horn of Heaven to get rid of that. He will tribute Griffor. He may have actually been better starting with Cage Musha if he was going to do a tribute, but he also probably wasn't expecting Hunter Spider straight off the bat as well. Alright, there's Toric. Fun fact, if you were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories right now, if you fused from your hand Cage Musha and Toric, you would get Flame Cerberus. Would you get Flame Cerberus or Targarax? Because Cage Musha had fire properties. Huh. No, I'm sure that would make Cage Musha. I'm sure that would make Flame Cerberus. Alright, Swords of Revealing Light is played. Weevil did play a Trap Hole to get rid of Toric to protect his life points. Alright, Weevil with a face down defense. Yugi is safe for a few turns with that Swords of Revealing Light. Alright, Beaver Warrior. Good classic Yugi card. And he's decided to attack. It's not a bad move because Weevil can't get a counter attack in unless he pulls a D-spell. Alright, Basic Insect is destroyed. And he goes with a face down spell or trap and another face down defense. Yugi, alright, there's Multiply. He doesn't have a Karibo to play it with, but decides to set Cage Musha of the Blue Flame to have a defense. And Beaver Warrior will take out Alin Section. Alright, Yugi, I would say, has a strong advantage right now. With Book of Secret Arts, that can be equipped to Mystical Elf, can also be equipped to the Dark Magician. If you were playing with the original starter deck Yugi, you could also attach that Book of Secret Arts to Neo the Magic Swordsman and get a 2000 attack as well. Alright, oh, Mystical Moon. Yugi will actually be able to equip that to his Beaver Warrior. Nice little equipped card play there. Usually Mystical Moon is like... Usually you use it as trade bait for magical hats. But he played Mystical Moon quite a few times in the anime. He played it against Mako. And then his Giant Soldier of Stone decided to destroy it to make Mako's Umi Tide run out. Okay, Dark Magician is drawn. And Yugi does also have the Book of Secret Arts in his hand as well. He can equip that to his Dark Magician. Weevil has already played his Trap Hole, so Yugi knows that it's safe. And we will see a little animation. Weevil could have a Fissure or a Dark Hole, but you got to take that chance. You got to get your Dark Magician on the field. Alright, Book of Secret Arts is played. Dark Magician attacks and Dark Magician destroys Kamakiriman. Alright, Yugi with a massive advantage now, 2800 points of a Dark Magician with a Book of Secret Arts on the field. Weevil plays down another face down defense. He really is on the back foot now. Gamori Dragon. Alright, good card. And Yugi elects to attack with Gamori Dragon. Oh, it's a Man-Eater bug. Okay, Dark Magician is going to cop the destruction. Yeah, Weevil does always have that Man-Eater bug stalking around in his deck. And Yugi may have lost his advantage. He still has the Gamori Dragon. It will be able to get rid of a lot of Weevil's defenses, but Weevil does have a couple of cards which are stronger than 1500. But not many. Oh, Blackluster Soldier. Okay. We don't have a Blackluster Ritual card in our hand for Yugi, but... Alright, there goes Nightmare Scorpion. What strong monsters does Weevil have? He has Metal Armored Bug, which is 2800. I haven't seen him play that yet, though. He does also have Insect Queen. I put that in his deck because it was an early enough card. It wasn't in his Duelist Kingdom deck, but he needed... No, hang on, it wasn't Insect Queen. It was Empress Mantis that I put in. Oh, Yugi drew Blackluster Ritual. Very, very lucky draw, sorry. In fact, extremely lucky to have those cards back to back. Okay, Acid Crawler was destroyed by Gamori Dragon. Weevil just content to throw down defense, but he has converted defense to attack. He has played Girochin Coagata, and that will destroy Gamori Dragon. That is one of Weevil's stronger attacking cards with 4 stars. I think it's his only 4-star monster that's over 1500, I think. Insect cards were sort of far and few between. Oh, Karibo! Karibo and Multiply. Yugi is going to be able to summon Kuribo, which can't take any battle damage, and he is going to get to play Multiply. This is going to give him 4 Kuribo tokens, all in defense mode. Kuribo number 1. Oh no, it sacrifices Kuribo. Kuribo number 2. Yugi is going to have 5 Kuribo tokens on the field. Alright, Weevil is going to have some time to pick them off. Wow, what a draw. He's got Blackluster Soldier and its Ritual, and then he's got Multiplying Kuribo. The stars are aligning for Yugi in this duel. Alright, Weevil plays Giant Flea. Weevil still has the upper hand though, because those Kuribo tokens can't be used as a tribute summon to summon anything. But it will serve as a defense. Alright, Yugi draws. Blackland Fire Dragon. Okay, now Kuribo tokens, they can be used as a ritual, but you can't do it with Blackland Fire Dragon. It only adds up to 7. You need 8 for Blackluster Soldier. So if Yugi drew a 5-star monster there, he could have actually summoned Blackluster Soldier, because you can't use tokens, well, you can't use these Kuribo tokens as a tribute summon, but you can use them for rituals. That's what the card, that's what the text is stating. Alright, Killer Needle on the field, Giroshu and Kawagato, and Killer Needle take out 2 more tokens. Oh, unbelievable. Yugi's drawn Gaia the Fierce Knight. He's going to be able to summon Blackluster Soldier. He used a Kuribo and Gaia the Fierce Knight when he dueled Mai. Unbelievable. That is an unbelievable draw from Yugi. His deck, the stars have aligned. He's drawing perfect cards to get out of this situation. Blackluster Soldier is on the field, a 3000 attack. What a duel this has been. Giroshu and Kawagato is destroyed, and Weevil is in trouble. He doesn't have anything in his deck. Oh, he does have Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, but it's not exactly easy to summon. And it looks like this duel might be over. Weevil, well, I mean, he could draw a Dark Hole, he could draw a Fissure, but no, he's put Killer Needle in defense mode. Monster Recovery, alright. I am going to assume that Yugi does not want to play that and bring Blackluster Soldier back to his hand. Blackluster Soldier will destroy Killer Needle. What a match. What an absolute hand from Yugi that he has drawn over the last 5 cards. To play Multiply with Kuribo, to get Blackluster Ritual with Blackluster Soldier, and then draw Gaia with 1 Kuribo token left. Incredible draw. Weevil unable to play anything. Oh, now Yugi's got Mirror Force, which more just protects his side of the field. I doubt to see how Weevil's going to come back from this. There's a direct attack from Blackluster Soldier. Weevil, he could have Hercules Beetle, Hunter Spider. Oh, actually, he might have played Hunter Spider already. He may just have equip cards and magic cards as well. Mind you, Weevil has lost a lot of monsters. He was putting a lot of monsters in defense mode. There's another face down defense. He has also played his Man-Eater bug as well. Oh, Summon Skull. Don't want to tribute Blackluster Soldier for that, but Summon Skull is another card that only needs 1 tribute. It is a 6-star monster. Alright, that was Fiend Scorpion, is that called? Fiend Scorpion? Yeah, I think so. It's only a 900, 200, I think. I can't see it in the graveyard, I can't, it's too small. Okay, Weevil has played Forest and then ended his turn. So he's either got high level monsters in his hand or if that's the case, Yugi can win this with Mystical Elf. Oh no, don't set it, don't, too late. Blunder. Yeah, I think Yugi's just realised that as well. He didn't quite look at Weevil's life point count. He could have actually used Mystical Elf to finish a duel. He's played Monster Recovery on Mystical Elf, but a little too late. Well, I don't think Weevil's going to come back from this anyway. It doesn't look like he's got anything that he can actually play. But no, if he played Mystical Elf in attack mode, he would have had enough points. He's either seen Mystical Elf and just automatically thought defense, because you very rarely put Mystical... Oh my god, he's redrawn Mystical Elf after Monster Recovery. That's funny. Anyway, Blackluster Soldier. Weevil can't play anything. What are some of the cards he had? Okay, he had Metal Armored Bug in his hand. That's a 7-star. No, it's at 7 or 8. Okay, he also had Emperor's Mantis, so he had 2 high-level monsters. And... Okay, he had an Equip, Laser Cannon Armor, Remove Trap. Yeah, okay, so he basically had nothing in his hand that he could play. He had good cards in his hand, like good for his deck, but just none of them working at the time when they were in his hand. Such is the nature of Yu-Gi-Oh, of course. Hackworm. Alright, they both select paper. Traditionally, yes, the loser of the previous round does go first, but... Anyway, alright. We're looking at Weevil's perspective again. This time he's got Great Moth in his hand and Cocoon of Evolution, which is very handy. But he doesn't have a Petite Moth. Weevil also has Forest and Infinite Dismissal. There's Kamakiri Man. Alright, he's elected to play Kamikiriman first, and down goes Forest. And has decided to play Infinite Dismissal as well. Infinite Dismissal, that will destroy level 3 or lower monsters the turn they are summoned. Or during the end phase of the turn that they are normal summoned or flip summoned. Yugi with a bit of thought process and decides to just abruptly end his turn there. Alright, Big Insect goes down. That's level 4, so that'll be okay from Infinite Dismissal. Okay, Beaver Warrior. That will also get a field power bonus from Forest as well, being a Beast Warrior. Still, Forest will better benefit Weevil than what it does Yugi. The level 3 monsters of Yugi: Silverfang, Mammoth Graveyard, Giant Soldier of Stone, Karibo. Oh, Swords of Revealing Light again. Yugi once again able to protect his side of the field. Alright, Weevil has drawn Dark Piercing Light. Korigashi goes to the field. That's face down, so that'll be protected from Infinite Dismissal. And Big Insect goes to defense mode. That's a 1700 defense. Beaver Warrior only has 1400 attack, so that can't destroy anything other than that face down that Weevil put. That, what was it, a Ganigumo or something. And Weevil has just decided to end his turn there again. So we've had a conservative start to this this match. Weevil and Yugi have both won 1 duel each. This is a tiebreaker. Weevil plays Red Medicine to get a 500 point life point boost. So it was Korigashi that he played. Alright, second turn on Swords of Revealing Light. And a face down from Yugi. I'd say Weevil hasn't played Cocoon of Evolution yet because he really wants to try and get that Petite Moth so he can get the Great Moth on the field. It is one of his strongest cards. Alright, there's Dark Piercing Light. That flips up Griffor. And Weevil... Okay, he's decided to set Cocoon of Evolution. Okay, it is protected from infinite dismissal because it's face down. Alright, Yugi now with 7 cards in his hand. Oh, here we go, Tribute Summon. Is it the Dark Magician? It is. Let's pull up that animation. Alright, Weevil, he's got a lot of defense on the field, mind you. However, Dark Magician has a lot of work to do on its own to get through those defenses. Weevil does also have a Killer Needle also that he can use to delay Yugi from getting to his life points. There's Kumitoko, that's a 3-star, that'll be protected if it is face down as well. The chances of Yugi, the chances of Yugi drawing that Petite Moth to play with that Cocoon of Evolution is very, very low. But Weevil not having a good draw here, he's only drawing monsters and he's got nothing else really to get rid of that Dark Magician. He could draw a Man-Eater Bug, he could draw a Fissure, a Dark Hole, anything like that. Yugi's still maintaining 6 cards in his hand as well. There's a Dispel from Weevil. May want to save that. He's gone straight to his end phase, he hasn't played any more down. Still with 3 shields on his side of the field. Right, Dark Magician destroys Kumitoko. It's a shame for Weevil that Yugi has got Dark Magician on the field so early because that forest would have given Weevil quite an advantage against Yugi's lower level monsters. There's Flying Kamakiriman. Weevil's gone for a face-up with Flying Kamakiriman. That's interesting. Okay, Giant Soldier of Stone's been flipped up. Flying Kamakiriman 2 will incur 300 points of damage. Now, Infinite Dismissal, remember, flip summoned. If you attack a monster, the effect will activate, but it isn't classed as a flip summon. That's why Giant Soldier of Stone hasn't been destroyed by Infinite Dismissal. Alright, Yugi with some thought process here. He tributes Giant Soldier of Stone for Curse of Dragon, and I tell you what, Weevil is in big trouble. He's got nothing to defend against these 2 monsters, and it looks like this is going to be the duel. Yugi deep in thought here. Is he contemplating life? Contemplating the creation of the universe and why we're all here to begin with? Alright, he's attacked with Curse of Dragon, down goes Flying Kamakiriman. Dark Magician attacks Korigashi. Weevil does still have that Cocoon of Evolution on the field. There's Bladefly, that's not going to do any good. Bladefly Killer Needle with Forest would put Killer Needle at 7. That would put Killer Needle at 1900. That would be a great combo if that was at the start of the game and Yugi didn't have any of his stronger monsters on the field. That would almost put Weevil like in the driver's seat. So he's drawn cards to function on his deck. It's just that Yugi got the Dark Magician out like too quick. Alright, Blackland Fire Dragon is played. Horn of the Unicorn has been equipped to Blackland Fire Dragon, and Weevil is going to get absolutely thumped in this duel. Alright, Curse of Dragon has attacked Bladefly. Bladefly is done. Blackland Fire Dragon is going to attack Cocoon of Evolution, and that's going to get to 2200. And Dark Magician is going to finish the job. Weevil's life points are safe, but not for long. Alright, Weevil could dispel that Horn of the Unicorn, and then that'll go back to the top of Yugi's deck. So he won't be able to strengthen his hand, but it's all academic now. Weevil's not going to be able to sustain this. Alright, Dispel Takes out the Horn of the Unicorn. Gokubor can't do anything. Killer Needle can't do anything. Great Moth can't be summoned. It's only a matter of time, and it looks like Yugi is in prime position to pick up his first season point, unless Weevil draws a Dark Hole or something, which he's got, what, a 1 in 35 chance of doing? Alright, Toric is to the field. That also gains a field power bonus. Horn of the Unicorn was also drawn because it was destroyed and sent to the top of the deck. Not really a good effect, because if that gets destroyed and goes to the top of your deck, you can't strengthen your hand. You're getting Horn of the Unicorn back unless you got something to play that with. Alright, Toric is at 2100. Destroys Gokubor. Curse of Dragon attacks. So Weevil is going to lose 6,000 life points total from these 3 attacks from Yugi, and he's got Killer Needle in his hand and a Great Moth that he can't summon. A trap card that isn't... Actually, will that destroy Toric? It will. Yes, Toric was summoned. It is only 3 stars. Horn of the Unicorn goes back to the top of Yugi's deck. So, again, he doesn't strengthen his hand, but... Oh, Hercules Beetle. Weevil can't play it. He can only summon Killer Needle. And that's all he can do. He can't even attack with it. Weevil knows it's over. He has lost faith. Yugi has activated a spellbinding circle just for the hell of it. Jeez, with that card face down as well, Yugi's field was... It couldn't be touched, even in the forest. Just like in the anime, Yugi's going to pick up the win. He's not going to do it with Gaia the Dragon Champion or Summon Skull, but... No, he's gone for a tribute. He's put Curse of Dragon and Blackland Fire Dragon in the bin to summon Gaia the Fierce Knight. And Horn of the Unicorn. Just for good measure, put Gaia to 3,000. Killer Needle gets obliterated, and Yugi picks up his first season win. Weevil has gone to 0-2. He is in trouble early on in this season. Well, I hope you enjoyed Yugi and Weevil's match. I thought that second duel was absolute class. Especially those cards Yugi draw to get that Black Luster Soldier onto the field after he played all those Karibo tokens. Well, alright, let's pull up my season bracket. That was the first match. The next match for tomorrow will be Kaiba and Tristan, which, I hate to think how that might turn out for Tristan, but... He does have some power cards in his deck. If he gets a jump early on Kaiba, he could get a win. So, well, hope you enjoyed the duel. I'll be back at it again tomorrow. For all those out there who are watching every day, I really do appreciate. And my phone has just gone ping. It's nothing important. But I see the comments every day. Jason Presland, love you, brother. You are watching every day. Amamiya Casual, also, my boy is on the rise. Absolutely. You guys take care wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. Keep well. Farewell.